Hello and welcome to the Compliance Professionals, the sister company to RTO Doctor. For many people, you won't quite understand why I've decided to separate the two brands, but there's a very good reason behind most things that I do, and the reasons behind this particular change are quite a few. So I'd like to run through most of them with you today so that you've got a better understanding of some of the changes that are going to be taking place over the next few months. So, for many of you, you would know that RTO Doctor has become Australia's leading sanction management company, which means that predominantly for the majority of its clients, all RTO Doctor focused on was work in the Administrative Appeals Tribunal, preparation for District Court expert witness reports, um, judicial review cases in the federal court, and so forth. We didn't typically get to do a lot of initial registrations for RTOs or CRICOS registrations or amendments to scope, changes to registration of any form. It was mostly to do with regulatory activity in the tribunals and courts. And so rather than try and change RTO Doctor because it was positioned so well in its specialist sort of area, it was decided that we would set up a sister company called the Compliance Professionals, and the Compliance Professionals would still have the same quality and the same focus on making sure that your applications and projects were still of the very best quality available. I oversee everything. But what it also means is that we do some of that extra work now in terms of initial registrations and CRICOS registrations, amendments to scope, resource development for assessments. That's in terms of the RTO world. But also, what we have decided to start doing some more work in is in aged care and in NDIS applications. So, starting with aged care, what we intend on doing is assisting aged care providers with their audits for accreditation, preparation for um, the regulatory audits under the aged care quality standards, assisting them with strategic type workshops and that sort of thing, training opportunities and linking them with best practice training providers for things like medication assistance, falls prevention, palliative care. There's a lot of work to be done to assist aged care providers in providing suitable training and training and services in terms of their provision as an aged care provider under the aged care quality standards. And we also decided that we would recommence doing some work in the NDIS. Hello, Diesel. The funny things that happen when you're trying to do a video from home. Diesel is our beloved pet who's been with us for almost 12 years now. He's my son's dog and he's just beautiful. Anyway, back to the NDIS. NDIS, National Disability Insurance Agency and Scheme. So there are two parts to the work that we do with the NDIS. The first part is assisting providers of disability services and funded services under the disability plan or the funding plan. Those providers have to go through accreditation processes and re-accreditation processes, and they also have to meet certain quality standards. And so RTO Doctor, see, even I'm still getting caught up in these confusions between sister companies. The Compliance Professionals, rather, will be supporting those NDIS providers in managing their accreditation responsibilities. And we will also be working with those people who are actually the funded party. So individuals who are under a payment plan or a plan for disability services funding, where those plans or that funding application may have been rejected and denied, and they have to appeal that decision. So it's not just me involved in the compliance professionals. There's a range of people that we'll be working with to ensure that the relevant expertise is available, particularly for those court matters where legal required lawyers and barristers are required. We have some great lawyers and barristers who will be working with us, who have been working with us for many years in other areas, but they will also be assisting us in these new areas. Likewise, we have a range of consultants, quality consultants that we have been working with for a very long time, and they'll be providing their services under my guidance as well. And I'm going to go back and do some of those everyday things that I haven't done for quite a while as well. We will also be looking into undertaking some more higher education applications. Not so much in terms of setting up someone to become a higher education provider, but rather helping them with their audits. Any adverse decisions, for example, will be taken care of under RTO Doctor, but everything else will come under the compliance professionals. What else have we got? There's probably much more to come, but I wanted to give you a basic understanding of the differences between RTO Doctor and the compliance professionals, and to give you an idea of why you should be following both companies on social media. So RTO Doctor will still give you all of the same information that it's always given you in relation to sanction management, and the compliance professionals will give you more and more information about accreditation, reaccreditation in relation to the aged care quality standards, NDIS, how to go about appealing a decision if your application for funding has been denied, all sorts of things, vet fee help, vet student loans applications, even funding applications for RTOs and higher education. We'll be working with some key providers that we strongly recommend working with. They'll be working with the compliance professionals as well. So there's a whole range of activities that are planned for the coming months, and I really wanted to take this opportunity to say hi, let you know that this is a sister company of RTO Doctor. I will be working across both companies, and I really hope that you will follow us, both companies, and that you will continue to provide us with feedback as to what's working for you and what's not, what you'd like to see more of, what you'd like to see less of. How can we support you better, and how can the compliance professionals as a company better prepare its products and services to meet your needs. So thank you very much for listening today. I hope you've got everything that you needed out of the way, just so that you could make a decision whether or not to follow the compliance professionals on social media. We'll be updating the compliance professionals probably a bit more frequently than RTO Doctor, because there's not much change that happens there, but there is a lot of change that happens regularly in the compliance professionals, and so we intend on bringing you all of that information and more. I will continue to write articles that are important for the sector, for individuals in the industry, anything that can help you and your company grow and become better, and anything that can help those people who are struggling to get their applications in for NDIS funding. For whatever reason, we'll be working very closely with you to make sure that your application becomes as pain-free as possible, or if you're challenging the decision, that we assist you in the best way possible. Thank you so much for listening, and I really look forward to following you and talking with you over the coming months, and I really hope that the compliance professional brings you all of the extra assistance that you need. Thank you very much. Bye for now.